Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Just Another 20-something with me, Marissa. I'm so excited to talk to you guys this week. I feel like so much has happened that I haven't even filled you in on yet, and so I'm excited to just sit down and talk to you. I hope you guys liked last week's episode with my friend Maddie when she gave me a tarot card reading. I loved filming that episode. It was honestly so much fun. And I think just kind of different than obviously what I've been doing. And I love having my guests on. My guests, as if they're not just literally my closest friends, but it's so much fun to have them on. And I think it really adds like more of a dynamic to the podcast because I love doing the podcast by myself. I'm not going to lie. I feel like I have a lot that I could talk about, just me. But I love having my friends on it because we just, get a banter going on and there's so much we can talk about. So definitely expect more guests that keep on coming because the great thing about this, I don't know if I even ever told you guys, but I ended up getting myself a new microphone. And so it's been I think it's been this entire month. The month of January has been on my new microphone. So if you could tell the quality, awesome. If you can't, well, then that's not great, but I hope that you can. I've noticed a big difference myself when I'm like editing, and what I love the most about it is that I obviously don't have to hold the little headphones microphone up to my mouth to talk to you guys. I can just sit and let the microphone pick up all my words, and it's amazing. But anyway, so since getting the new mic, it's so much easier to have guests because we just talk and the microphone will pick up everything that it needs to. And I don't have to, because when my brother was on the podcast, I literally still had the headphones mic and I had to hold it up to his mouth to try and get any noise that he was saying into the microphone. And, that's only so much fun. Kind of ruins the vibe. But anyway, so I guess I kind of want to give you guys a little bit of a life update before I get into my January favorites. I literally cannot believe it's already February of 2021. Like, ew, that's disgusting. It's fine, but it's also disgusting. It's just, I know I say this literally every single month, but time just freaking flies by, dude. And it's kind of hard to grasp sometimes because it just kind of feels like you're running out of time. Like, and even though I'm only 23, like I'm seriously not even that old, but every day I'm like, oh my gosh, like if this month passes me by, soon I'm gonna be like 24, and what is she gonna do? And then like 25, and then 26 and 27, and it's like I just gotta calm down. Like, it's okay. Anyway, so some little life updates. I know I kind of alluded to this in the last episode if you guys listened, but I've been having a lot of job things all come up in the span of the past 2 weeks. And so I guess I'll start off with kind of explaining all of that. So as you guys know, I had, a pretty stressful week. I guess it was now 2 weeks ago that you guys would have listened to that, my frustrated episode, feeling frustrated. And that week was not great. I'm going to be really honest. That week was just really emotional. I was dealing with a lot of emotional stuff and personal things. And just a lot was going on in that aspect. And then right when I was kind of coming out of it, all of this job stuff started happening. So, that's great. Just one thing on top of the other. But so I guess I'll kind of break it down by the week. So like on Sunday, I get a call from my boss and she tells me that one of her employees might want to buy the shop that I work at. And, it's a little scary because I've never actually met this employee. We kind of keep our distance, just so she wouldn't feel like weird that I was kind of coming in and helping out. And so I've never met this employee. I have no idea if she would want, like, if she ended up buying the place, would she even want me to work there? Like, I kind of feel like she felt a little threatened by my presence, and I don't think she would have wanted, me to work at her place. So when your boss is calling you being like, hey, she might buy it, she might not, you either like might not have a job or you might have to work more. It's a lot right after a very emotional week. And so on Sunday, I was definitely like, oh my God, like I could literally be out of a job. I I could be working like way more and go up to full time. But the thing with this job, and not that I'm not so appreciative of everything that I had from this job, it just wasn't somewhere that I knew I was going to be able to grow in. And I wanted to move to the next step and go into a place that I knew I could grow my career. And I just knew it wasn't going to be this place. And like I said, there's nothing against it. And I'm so grateful for being able to have a job there and work there. But I needed to think, for my future self. And so I was honestly getting really, really disheartened because I was like, if I end up losing this one job that I just somehow managed to get, like I am going to be devastated. Like then I'm back down to ground zero. And it was already so hard to be in that ground zero of just nothing. No one's responding to any of my applications. Like I'm getting pretty much ghosted by everyone. And I was just kind of like, am I even supposed to be here right now? Like in my hometown, in my parents' house? Like I'm like, do I need to try something different? Like, should I move and try and work somewhere else? Like, clearly something wasn't really going right in this area. So I was like, I don't even know what I should be doing. So that was all on Sunday. On Monday morning, I get a call from a place that I applied to a week ago. And she was like, hello, like I would love to chat with you. And then maybe we can like schedule up an interview. And so oh my gosh, I was so excited. I was like, okay, wait, now maybe I have another thing. And so I called her and our phone interview went great. And we scheduled an interview for that Friday. Actually, it was Wednesday, but it got moved. Not important. But anyway, so we scheduled an in-person interview and I was like, okay, this sounds like this is really good. I like the sound of this. And, I didn't really know what was going on at my first job. So I was like, okay, if she does end up selling it, at least I do have this backup. And if not, we'll just have to see how it goes. So then on Wednesday, the day that I should have had my interview, but it got canceled or postponed or whatever, I get another email from another place that I applied to. And if you guys remember me talking about that local boutique that I applied to, I think I probably talked about that in like November, early December. Like I applied to it for like a long time ago. And then I applied again because they like put out another like Indeed being like, hello, we are hiring. So I applied here twice. I very much wanted to work at this place. It just seems totally up my alley and I just really enjoy their mission and stuff like that. And so they emailed me and they were like, hello, we would like to schedule an interview for tomorrow, Thursday. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, hello. And I was like, I can't make Thursday because I work, but what about Monday? And they were like, of course. So here we are, 2 interviews lined up. I thought I might be out of a job at the beginning of the week. Now I have 2 interviews, possibly even full-time at the place that I'm working. Because we still just didn't hear anything from that previous employee, like whether she was going to give an offer or whatever. So that was a lot. I was like, oh my gosh, I am a little overwhelmed. Like I honestly, like I'm so excited that obviously people are now finally responding to me. But the thing that I hate personally is just, I never want to disappoint people, like ever. And I know that it's just a fact of life that, you're going to disappoint people or, not everyone is going to like every decision that you make, especially like with employers. They would want you to work for them. They don't want you to work for someone else. But, I have to go with what's best for me and my situation. And most of them realize that. And I think others maybe don't. And, that's okay. That's their own thing. But yeah, so by Friday, I had my interview with the first person, and that went really well. I really, really enjoyed it, and they ended up offering me the job. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, thank you so much. But I do have another interview on Monday that I would like to go to. I will like try to get back to you as soon as I can when I know what's going on. And so she's like, oh, okay, of course. Like, she didn't know, obviously, that I had another interview, and which is fair, because at the beginning of the week when we talked, I didn't have any other leads, but now people are getting back to me. So I also got a text from my current boss, and she said that the other employee decided to quit. She no longer wanted to put in an offer, and she is quitting. So now she needs me more full time if I'm available. So now I'm like, oh, great. So like, my current job needs me more, but then this other job is offering me a position, and then I still have an interview that I haven't even gone to, and everything was just kind of going a little crazy. And I honestly, that's why, if you guys follow my Instagram and notice that maybe I wasn't posting or anything, like, I was very, very overwhelmed with just everything going on, and I just had no idea really what decision to do or what to make. And I knew that I had to just do what's best for me, and I have to explore every option, like, no matter what. But it's just hard. It's hard because, like I said, I don't like disappointing people, and I don't want to have to be like, oh, okay, but like, I want to see where this goes. But anyway, so I went to my interview on Monday, which was at the beginning of this week. This is the last week in January, and it went amazing. Like, literally, they were so sweet and so nice, and I think they really liked me, and I was like, amazing. And so then I had another interview for Wednesday. They have like a 2-part interview thing. So like, my second interview for the same place was on Wednesday, and I had to text and talk to like my, the person who interviewed me on Friday. I had to tell them, like, by the way, there's a second round of interviews. I understand if you don't want to wait for that long, because, like, they're a business. They need to, like, sort out all their options as well. And then I had to tell my current boss, like, hey, I have a second interview, blah, blah, blah. So just a lot of things. And I'm not going to talk too much about, obviously, their responses. I'm going to be honest, not everyone had the greatest response that I was going to a second interview, because it's a little threatening. And when you do get to the second round of interviews, like, clearly it's going pretty well. Like, if it wasn't going well after the first one, you wouldn't get a call back. But like, I got an email later that day on Monday, like, we would love to have a second interview. So I was already feeling like, pretty good, pretty confident. And I think that worried everyone else, which is fine. But, it's still hard because, like I said, don't want to disappoint anybody. But yeah, so now it is Wednesday. I just had my second interview, and it went really, really well. And like, I don't want to say anything too soon, but I feel like they're going to offer me the job. And this is the place that I applied to twice, and I just really, really, really like them. Like, I feel like I'm leaning more towards this one, and like, it makes me really excited, but then it makes me also kind of nervous just about the other people and how to tell them and how to let them down easy. But then, I don't know, it's just so complicated. I wish, honestly, I wish all of this didn't have to happen all at once. Like, it would be great if I was still working at my current job, the other employee didn't quit, so then if I left, it wouldn't be a big, huge thing. And it would be great if maybe I didn't have that other interview. So I wouldn't let her down and waste her time, because I would hate to think that, like, she thinks I'm wasting her time, which I don't think I have, but, it's just hard. There's just a lot of things. And it has made the last few weeks really, really crazy. And so I'm hoping that just at the end of this week, I'm going to have an answer for everybody, for myself, for my current employer, for any employer that I decide to, decline their offer. I just want everything to be kind of squared away, so then when I'm going into next week, things will be more solved and I'll know what I'm doing and things like that. So lots and lots of stuff have been happening. So I had to talk to you guys about it because, this whole journey with my podcast was I was unemployed and I really didn't know what to do with my life. And I was starting to feel, pretty down on myself just because I was like, I need to be doing something. Like, I can't be not doing anything. And now, I mean, you guys are watching me, or I guess listening to me kind of grow and start getting more opportunities thrown my way, which is amazing. And I'm so, so grateful for that. So yeah, I mean, things are looking good for the future. I'm very excited to be able to finally be in this place where I have a job opportunity, like in all of these different aspects, like no matter who I choose, I'm going to have a job, which is amazing and great and needed because guess what? I cannot survive without a job for really that long, which is gross. I wish we were the kind of society where you didn't have to work at all, really. I would love to just be a human and vibe out and not have to worry about working and providing and blah, blah, blah. But guess what? We live in a capitalist society where that is not possible. So I have to get a job and I have to work, and that's totally fine as long as I get one. Like, I just needed to have that security, and now it's starting to really get to that point where I think that's going to happen. And so I'm just, like I said, I'm really grateful. Just very overwhelming the past 2 weeks, but we're starting to get to the light at the end of the tunnel, which is just amazing. So anyway, now that we have the little life update out of the way, let's get into some January favorites. Like I said, January was a weird month for me. I would have to say, oh my gosh. I mean, yeah, this whole month was weird. Honestly, I would say the first 2 weeks I was sad, and then the last 2 weeks I've been like better, but overwhelmed. Like, it's just been busy. I honestly have felt a little burnt out just on this whole month. I feel like there was just a ton of things going on. But that doesn't mean that I don't have any favorites, because I do. Okay, so let's start in with one of the things that I am so excited to talk about is my favorite songs of the month. And I feel like you guys probably already have a guess, but it is Driver's License by Olivia Rodrigo, which I talked about a ton in my Feeling Frustrated episode. But another song that I've been loving is Skin by Sabrina Carpenter. Now, let me get into this. I have been obsessed with the drama surrounding these two artists and these two songs and everything going on. Oh my God, I love drama. I love drama when it's not me. It's so much fun and I just love it. So this is what I want to say. I have loved Olivia Rodrigo and Sabrina Carpenter for many years now. I watched them both on Disney Channel, like Olivia Rodrigo in her High School Musical series, and then Sabrina Carpenter was on Girl Meets World. I will happily tell you right now, I watched Disney Channel in high school. And I think that's when Sabrina was on her show, was when I was in high school. And I watched it. And I enjoyed it. And I'm not ashamed to say that. And so I have been loving her since her Disney Channel days and all the movies that she's been in. I think she's a really good actor, but honestly, I feel like she's been in kind of shitty movies. Because, I mean, she was in that Tall Girl movie, which was terrible. I mean, come on. And then what else has she been in? Oh, well, she was in that Work It movie, the Netflix one. That one was cute, but it's still like, like Netflix cheesy. Like, it's not the Titanic, obviously. Like, I feel like she just has so much potential, but she's just kind of choosing crappy movies. But I know that she was in that Clouds movie, which I heard is really sad and really good. So, question mark? I don't know. So, like, Sabrina as an actress kind of reminds me of Lily Reinhart as an actress. Like, I think they're both so talented, but they're in these stupid films. Like, they're choosing these crappy shows or movies, and I'm like, is this really the route we're going in? Like, Lily Reinhart is in Riverdale. Ew. And, like, I'm sorry. Like, girly, that is not it. I feel like she could be really good somewhere else. Like, Riverdale is a terrible show. So bad. Anyway, not even what I was trying to say. But So I've been loving both of these girls for a long time. And then Joshua Bassett is the boy that they are fighting over, which I will gladly just say, like, of course, Joshua's cute. I mean, yeah, he's like a cute boy, but he is, a basic white boy. And I don't think these two beautiful, talented women should be fighting for him, really, That's just my opinion. But I mean, I will say, like, he is pretty talented and he seems nice. I don't know. I mean, I don't know their personal lives. I don't know what exactly happened, but from what I've heard, Olivia and Joshua, like, started hanging out with the show, obviously, because their main characters date, which, I have told my friends this since the minute it came out, but watch High School Musical, the series on Disney Plus. It's so good. Like, it's not, but it is. I don't know. Watch it if you want to learn more about this drama, because the chemistry between Josh and Olivia is insane. And a little spoiler, the last episode of that series, there's this part where Joshua's character is like confessing his love to Olivia's, and that whole scene is unscripted. Like, he literally improv'd that entire scene, and they're like crying and sobbing in it, and I'm like, oh my God. Like, how can you come up with this if you didn't have feelings for the other person, So Joshua and Olivia, they were rumored to be dating, but Olivia is really young. Like, I think when that was happening, she was more around like 16, turning 17, because now she's 17, turning 18. And so she was young. And Josh, I think, was like 19, turning 20, and now he's 20. So, it's not great because she is like a minor. And I don't really love the age gap. I mean, it's not, I don't know. It's not terrible, but at the same time, So I think that was kind of a big reason why they weren't really dating, which is smart, honestly. I'd rather them be like, okay, we shouldn't do this until, like, you're at the appropriate age. And so, so the rumors were that Josh was like, I'm going to wait for you until you get older. But then he didn't. He started dating Sabrina Carpenter, who apparently he's had like a little boy crush on for like a long time. And so they started dating pretty soon after like Olivia and Josh decided to, not date or, not be together right at that moment. It was like a few months, or even I think it was actually just like 1 month later, and he was seen with Sabrina, and they were kissing and hanging out, and then they made TikToks with each other on Halloween. That's when I found out about it, and I was like, oh shit, what the fuck is going on? And I didn't know everything between Olivia and Josh. Like, I was like, oh, he's dating Sabrina. Amazing. I love her. They would be so cute. And then, of course, Olivia drops her son, and I was like, fuck, okay. Like, this is the tea that I have been waiting for. So, anyway, if you can't tell, I'm obsessed with all of the drama. This is my personal opinion. I love Sabrina's song in itself, but I don't love the way she kind of went about it. I don't know. Like, if I would have to choose a favorite, it would be Olivia's song. And I just feel like, Olivia's the 17-year-old girl who's sad about a boy breaking her heart, and she made a song about it, where Sabrina is kind of like, hey, like, that was really rude that you said that I was blonde and pretty, and that you were like, always insecure about me being awesome, and I'm actually going to tell you that I am pretty much fucking Josh all the time. His skin is on mine always. Did you know that? Were you aware that we're dating? That's kind of the vibe that I got from this song. And maybe that's not her intent, whatever. She came out with a statement being like, oh, like, thanks so much for, like, the other people who realized it wasn't just about, a certain person. It's like, come on. Pretty much the entire lines were about Olivia, and you released it in the same month as her. How did you do that? I don't know. Anyway, there's so much drama around it, and I'm obsessed with it. And I do love both artists, and I hope, honestly, they just both dump Josh, start dating each other, and that'd be great. That's the way I would solve this drama, personally. But go listen to both of those songs. They're honestly amazing. Okay, so next, now that I talked 15 minutes about that drama, next I have my favorite podcast. I've been listening to this podcast like religiously recently, and I'm upset that I wasn't listening to them before because like so many of my friends have told me like, you should listen to this podcast. Like you would really like it. It is the Chatty Broads podcast with Becca and Jess. And they mostly talk about The Bachelor, but they do talk about other things. I just love the Bachelor franchise and Bachelor Nation and everything about it. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but it is so freaking entertaining. And I love dissecting all of these people from like the past and, you know. And what I really like about Becca and Jess is that they're so funny, because I've been trying to find like a really good Bachelor podcast because, again, like I said, I'm obsessed with it. And I was listening to Caitlin Bristow's, and I still do. I really like her because she does interview a lot of the people that were on the show, and I love to know what their side of the things are. But it's not usually as like funny because she's always obviously going to take the person's side that she's interviewing, where like the Chatty Broads, oh my gosh, like in this previous season, Tayshia and Claire's season, you know, Ben, who was on there, he sucked. I honestly did not like Ben at all. And a lot of people do, so that's fine. But I just felt like he was such a bro. And the Chatty Broads totally agree with me. They literally will shit on Ben because they don't care. You know, they're going to say their opinion. And I'm like, yes, here for it. And yeah, so I just love them. I think they're so funny, and I love to listen to their recaps. Even like I usually listen to the recap before I even watch the episode, and I love it. It's just amazing. So if you like The Bachelor and you're looking for a Bachelor podcast, go listen to them. You probably already are, but go listen to them anyway. Okay, so next I have a movie favorite. Now this movie favorite is actually technically from December, but to be fair, I don't think I've talked about it. Watch me, I've already said this. But I haven't really done like a favorites since my year in my review. And so I love doing these favorite episodes, and I hope you guys like them as well. So I don't think I've touched about this movie, but it is the Pixar movie Soul. We watched this, when did we watch it? I think the day before Christmas or maybe the day after. I don't know, but such a good movie, and I'm sure you guys have heard about it. Like, you've either heard about it or you've already seen it, and I really, really enjoyed it. I mean, Pixar just goes above and beyond. This is gonna be like the marketer in me, but their branding is so good. Like, the way that they brand their movies is that, like, you know, kids can still enjoy it, but then the adults who grew up with the older, like Toy Story or something, they can like grow along and still enjoy their movies, which is such a good fucking way to go about it. I mean, duh, you don't want to just limit yourself to one like demographic of people. And so good job, Pixar. You're doing amazing. And this movie is incredible. And it was definitely at a time that I needed to watch it, because that was when I was just kind of not even really having anything going on for me at that moment. And so when it was saying like, hey, like, you don't need to have this special skill or like this big, huge purpose for life. Like, life's purpose is to just live it and enjoy it. And there's so many little things that can bring you joy. Like, you don't need to be like a huge musician and be famous, or you don't need to be like an amazing writer or something like that. And I just needed to hear it. And I'm sure so many other people needed to hear it. It's okay to just live life. You don't need to have this big, crazy thing. Like, you know? Anyway, so love that movie. Watch it. It's on Disney+. Okay, next, I have a book favorite. And I haven't actually read it yet, but I'm gonna read it, okay? I'm gonna read it. It's this book called Faux. And yeah, I haven't read it. But I'm gonna read it, okay? I don't even know why I'm including it, but I think I need to tell myself it's a favorite, so then I will read it. I think I might start it today, because I don't have really much going on today. So I'm gonna start it, okay? Get off my back. Okay, next we have TV shows. So, of course, again, am I even creative at all when I say this? But my favorite show at the moment is The Bachelor, of course. So now, obviously, The Bachelorette has ended. Claire and Tayshia have gone their separate ways. Oh, little T. You know how Claire left with Dale early in the season? Well, they broke up. So that was really shocking. I definitely don't like Dale. I didn't like Dale from the beginning. I think he is like chasing fame and he's annoying and stupid. And I think Claire's also a little intense, but you know, whatever. She's at least true to herself. You know, she never denies that she's a little crazy. So anyway, so now the new season of The Bachelor has started with Matt James, and I have a lot of thoughts about the new Bachelor, which I want to have an episode. I think I'll do a bonus episode about talking about The Bachelor, because I have many things that I want to talk about with Matt James, and I don't want to bore all the details, but it's an interesting season so far. We've just hit, well, I guess it started January 4th, so I think it's been like 3 or 4 weeks now. And there's a lot of great girls, I will say. I love a lot of the girls, but you know, you gotta have those classic terrible people that are on there. So that's fun. But yeah, no, I mean, like I said, I have a ton to talk to you guys about this, so I'll just save it for another episode. But of course, one of my favorites. Next favorite, which is also kind of a December one, sort of a January one. I actually ended up watching like most of this series on New Year's Eve. So I would say it's like January. But it is Bridgerton. Of course, I'm not even going to say I'm an original in any of these favorites. Because, like, come on. I'm choosing the topics that everyone has talked about. But you know what? They're good for a reason. Bridgerton is so good. I really want to read the books now because I didn't even know that there was a series. But it is such a good show. If you love period pieces, you're going to love this. And I'm going to admit, I love period pieces. I think they're so fun, and it just makes you want to go to a ball. Like, I want to go to a ball so bad. Why don't we have those anymore? Like, and that's how you could meet people, you know? Like, instead of online dating, let's just go to a ball and, like, whisk me away on the dance floor. Thanks so much. Anyway, Bridgerton is really good. It's basically, yeah, like a Gossip Girl meets Pride and Prejudice moment, which we love. I really enjoy it. It's very sexual, I will say that. It gets to like the 5th episode where it gets a little graphic with the sex. Honestly, I'm fine with it, but I was just so happy that I did not have to watch it with my parents, who decided to watch it after me. And I was like, oh, thank God I already saw this. And I'm going to be leaving, you know, the house a couple days when you guys are watching this, because, oh my God, it would be so awkward. Just, if you haven't seen it, do not watch it with your mom, with your dad, with your stepdad, with your stepmom, any parental figure. No. I don't even think I would want to watch it with Joe, my brother. I feel like it would be awkward. Honestly, just watch it with your friends or watch it by yourself. I think those are your two best bets. It's freaking a lot. I don't know. But good. I really enjoy it, so please go watch it. And then finally, guess what, guys? I finally started Schitt's Creek. Oh, woohoo! I have been telling my friends that I would start it for months now, and guess what, guys? I finally did it. Mostly because I already finished How I Met Your Mother, so I, like, had to. But it's really good. I mean, classic. I knew I was going to like it. It just was me trying to get into that mindset of, okay, I need to watch a new show. But it's super good. I mean, I already knew it was going to be funny, so I'm very satisfied. Yeah, okay. And then next we have is my favorite YouTubers. So I kind of fluctuate, you know, through the YouTubers that I love watching like so much, and some other YouTubers that I like will subscribe to, but I don't even really watch their content. Well, these two YouTubers are some of the more latter options where I subscribe to them, but maybe I don't watch every single video just because like my mains will pop up and I'm like, gotta watch them. But I've started to watch them more and I'm like, wait, you guys are actually really cute and really fun. So the first one is Katie Mack. Oh my gosh, she's so freaking cute. She's 23, just like me. Or I think she might be 22. I don't know. We're like the same age. She just graduated from Oregon State University and she lives in Portland. And she hangs out with her friend Kiara Madison, who is also a YouTuber. She's super cute. They're both from Portland and they do little Portland things. And they're just so cute. Like, me and my friend were talking about, like, how they're kind of like the Portland versions of us. And we're like the Washingtonians without a YouTube channel. But it's just, they're so cute. And I love Portland as a state. Like, they have really, like, the cutest things. And so it's just, like, inspiring me more, like, to do things around Washington. And then whenever I go to Oregon, I want to, like, go to the places they're going to. Because it's so fun and cute. Katie usually does mostly like vlogs, which is usually the content that I really like to watch. I love vlogs. I think they're so fun. I love to see just what people are doing throughout their day. It might be weird, but I just love it. But yeah, so she's a really cute one. She's actually doesn't even have that many subscribers. I think it's like 15,000 or something, but she's been uploading a lot recently, so I wouldn't be surprised if her numbers started to go up. So go check her out. She's super cute. And especially if you like Portland, there's a good sign for you. And then my next one is Caitlin B. She is super cute. She is a little older. I think she must be like 26 or something. I actually have no idea. I'm just guessing. But I started listening to her or watching her because Tara is friends with her. And I was like, oh, well, then she has to be pretty good, right? And she is so freaking funny. Like, everything that comes out of her mouth, I'm just laughing. She's so funny. And she's so gorgeous. And she also does, like, kind of a mix of, like, vlog and then, like, sit-down videos. And she just made this video the other day that I loved. It was, like, a journal with me or, like, a plan with me kind of video where she, like, goes through this new planner that she got and, like, plans out her life. And I just love stuff like that. That's so weird, but like I love planners and organizing and doing everything like that. So that video, I was just like, oh my gosh, obsessed with you. So go check her out. She's super, super cute. She also just came out with a podcast with her friend called That's Loaded. And I really am enjoying their podcast as well. So I guess that could also fit into a new favorite podcast. But yeah, so those are kind of my favorites for this month. I don't really have much else. Obviously, another great favorite is we have a new president. Hell yeah. I gotta say, like, of course, we need to hold him accountable throughout the 4 years, that he's going to be president. But I am going to admit I am pretty impressed with how much he has done in just the few weeks. Because it's literally been a week. I'm looking at the date. He went in on the 20th, literally last Wednesday. And it's only been 1 week. And he's actually done like a good amount of things that I'm like, hell yeah, let's keep it going. Like, I love to see this. Like, he pushed back student loans, which I'm like, hell yeah, baby. Because let me tell you, I was starting to get really stressed because obviously I did not have a job and I didn't have any money to go towards my student loans. So I was like, haha, that's super fun. So thank fuck that those got pushed out. It would be even better, if he canceled them, but we'll see how that goes. Now it's pushed out till October, which amazing. So at least even by then, I will have money saved up that I can pay my loans. I understand it's a thing that I'm going to have to do, but who knows? Maybe even by October, he'll decide to cancel them, and then we'll be like, awesome, see you later. But yeah, so I guess that was pretty much my January. Just a lot of stuff. Just so many things happening. I haven't even really started on any of my resolutions or, goals that I was talking about to you guys earlier. just because this month has been insane. But I'm really hoping that once I have a steady place for a job, I can start doing, the other stuff in my free time and really start planning out my life. And I'm really looking forward to it. I just have so many plans and ideas, and I'm excited for this new year and this new wave. I mean, if I could get, like a new job in the new year, that's amazing. So I'm really excited. Of course, like I'll probably hear about what kind of job I'm going to be getting at the end of this week. So I'll fill you guys in, in the next episode, I guess, what happened, where I am now, what's going on. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I cannot wait to talk to you again next week in a brand new episode. Okay, talk to you later. Bye-bye.